my rifle pony.
With his casual attitude and great singing voice, he has won the hearts of people everywhere. He broke in as one half of the most popular comedy team of the 1950s. When he went out on his own, his career soared to even greater heights.
Take that night train to Memphis, oh, that night train to Memphis.
On stage, on records, on TV, and in the movies, he was a superstar. He is the one and only Dean Martin. Born in Steubenville, Ohio in 1917, Dean Martin grew up listening to the smooth tones of singers like Bing Crosby.
Songbirds thrill you with sweet refrain.
Dean's career took off when he teamed with a frantic comic, 9 years his junior.
They're not regular children.
While Dean was laid back and smooth, Jerry Lewis was just the opposite.
Come in, Tracy. I can hear you all right. So anyhow, I would like to, which camera? You're all moving around.
Their partnership started in 1946, when both men were appearing at the same nightclub separately. Apart, neither was a hit, but together, their wild and crazy antics delighted audiences. Almost at once, they were the hottest comedy team since Abbott and Costello. Hollywood beckoned, and the team signed to star in a series of comedies for Paramount Pictures and producer Hal Wallace. The team's first starring films put them in service of their country.
We don't want them. Send them to the Marines.
We got enough troubles. Give them to the Air Force. Oh, no, not those two guys.
In At War with the Army, Martin and Lewis became soldiers, and boot camp was never the same.
Now, that didn't hurt a bit, did it? How do you feel? Feel good? Okay? Come on, let's go.
Dean even got to spoof his old idol Bing Crosby when he and Jerry did a takeoff on the popular hit Going My Way.
Well, should it tonight, Lord,
The formula for Martin and Lewis movies was simple. Jerry acted the fool, while Dean sang a few songs, got the girl, and remained cool.
Baby, you could make a statue.
That held true in Sailor Beware. When the boys joined the Navy, it was Jerry who got all wet.
Get around.
Martin and Lewis were an immediate hit, becoming one of the top box office draws in America. For this team, the sky was the limit.
The parachute jump. The parachute jump.
But even as Martin and Lewis took off, Dean was less than satisfied. As their popularity grew, Jerry Lewis took more control of their films and gave himself more screen time. Often, Dean simply sang the songs and kissed the girls.
That's fine. I'll read 2 books.
But despite the behind-the-scene troubles, Dean and Jerry were still the best of friends on the silver screen. By the time Partners came out in 1956, rumors of the team's split were everywhere in
Oh,
Hollywood.
wait a minute. You got to take me with you. Come on. Your father and my father were partners. They died together.
When I'm ready to die, you can be my partner.
Oh, we can be partners. Well, that's swell. When I die?
Martin and Lewis's last film together had the duo hitting the highway, finding the usual hijinks along the way. Little did audiences know that it was the last ride the comedy team would take together. Hollywood or Bust was a hit.
Come on.
What lovely scenery.
But only a few months after the film's release, the comedy partnership that had made America laugh was finished. Most observers thought Jerry Lewis would go on to greater success. The future for Dean was less certain. His first film after the breakup was a light comedy called 10,000 Bedrooms.
Arthur, I'm in love. That's very nice, sir.
I have to marry 4 girls.
That's not a marriage. That's a merger.
The movie failed at the box office and with critics. Dean's future as a movie star looked dim until he won a key supporting role in the war drama The Young Lions. Audiences were impressed by Dean's performance, and he got rave reviews from critics. He followed with another supporting role in the steamy drama Some Came Running. As the gambler Bama, Dean was teamed on screen for the first time with his real-life pal, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, by the way, when's the wedding? What wedding? What wedding? Dave, just between you and me, that little old school teacher of yours, you know she ain't too good an influence. You know, ever since you give up drinking, you've been impossible.
He always wears hat in the presence of ladies.
All the time, honey.
He even sleeps in his hat. I'll bet.
Despite their reputation for playing around, they both gave great performances in the film that got Shirley MacLaine her first Oscar nomination for Best Actress.
I learned a little while back that certain conditions bring a gambler luck, you know? And, oh, thank you. And this here hat's one of them.
The next year, Dean continued his winning streak with a Western that many critics consider one of the best ever made. In Rio Bravo, Martin played Dude, a drunk who has lost everything because of a girl. With John Wayne's help, he gets a chance to redeem himself.
Where you going?
Get your hands off.
I said, where you going?
You got no use for a man you can't depend on. One bad night and I'm done for.
Martin's performance was hailed, and director Howard Hawks even said Rio Bravo was Dean Martin's film. Audiences agreed, and the Western was a huge hit. Dean Martin was back on top alone.
When they tell you I'm dating with somebody